In the first part of this video, we talked about what is OE, right?
OE is the state in which operations are refined to create a competitive advantage, no matter how much the environment changed.
Yes. We also talked about the kind of status we're trying to achieve as the Ajinomoto Group.
Yes, that's right. By the way, why do you think it's necessary to do OE activities?
Because it's better to do it than not to do it, right?
Certainly, there is that aspect. But let's take it one step further and think about why we should bother to work on it even in the midst of our busy schedule. This graph shows the bright and dark sides of the two former kings of the photographic film industry, Fujifilm and Kodak. Despite predictions that demand for photographic film would shrink significantly, Fujifilm has continued to evolve. It has reorganized its business structure and is still generating high sales. On the other hand, Kodak, the former industry leader, went bankrupt in 2012 as a result of its slow evolution by sticking to its existing business.
You mean that even if you are strong, you must evolve to adapt to the changing environment in order to survive.
That's right. The environment surrounding our customers continues to change, and the value they seek also continues to change. In order to survive as a company in this environment, we ourselves must continue to evolve.
I guess that's true. If we don't keep evolving, we may not survive.
Yes, but we can't evolve without doing anything, right?
I see. So that means we have to refine our work to keep up with the changing needs of our customers.
Correct, Mako.
So we must not stop moving forward in our evolution. And that's what OE activities are about.
Correct, Takashi. In order to continue to evolve, we need to engage in OE activities. But it is not only for survival as a company that we need to engage in OE activities.
What do you mean?
Are there measures or tasks that you know are valuable to your customers or could increase their value, but you haven't gotten around to them?
There are certainly things that we know we should do, or better to do, but have not been able to.
Sometimes it is hard to do what we really want to do because we don't have time.
I see. So if you have enough time, you can do it?
Yes, but it's not that easy. We can't just suddenly add more people.
There are many jobs in an organization, some of which are of high value to customers, and some of which are not. Can't we stop doing work that is no longer valuable to customers or by optimizing the operations?
So we should start with initiatives to create extra capacity.
That's right. By using the resources created through optimization and standardization for what we really want to do and what we think we should do, we can challenge ourselves to do work that will lead to the happiness of the world.
Ah, I see. So both decluttering and optimizing operations are OE activities, right?
Yes. And in order to increase customer value, challenging ourselves to do what we really want to do and what we think we should do is also an activity to improve our work, or in other words, an activity aimed at OE.
OE activities are very profound.
Yes, it is. In addition, if you think about it not only as an organization, but also as an individual, you will have more opportunities to take on new challenges. As a result, you can work to improve the efficiency of operations and increase customer value.
Taking on new challenges means we'll be able to gain a lot of experience there.
We might even learn new skills.
It means that a variety of experiences and new skills will lead to your growth and satisfaction as well.
I'm starting to feel like we're missing out if we don't do this.
Yes, please try to work on it. By the way, there is another important point why we should aim for OE.
What is it?
The Ajinomoto Group is committed to contributing to the resolution of food and health issues through unlocking the power of amino acids, and I think you all are working toward this goal.
Of course.
In order to fulfill this goal, it is also essential for us to continuously refine our work and skills.
I see. So continuously refining our work leads to ASV.
So that's why OE is necessary.
Yes.
But where do we start? I have an image that we have to do something special.
I see. So you want to know how to do OE activities. Up until now, you have all made various improvements and innovations in the course of your work, haven't you?
Of course.
I think we have done quite a bit.
In fact, OE activities are not about doing something special. It's not about how to do it, but about aligning basic ideas and approaches.
Really? I thought that we had to follow a certain set of rules.
There are some useful tools and methods for you to use, but it does not necessarily mean that you have to use them.
Then what do we need to have?
Good question. The Ajinomoto Group recommends 3 approaches as activities for OE. The first is an approach to identify customers and the value they seek. Second is an approach to clearly understand the alignment. Third is an approach to make decisions based on facts and data.
It sounds like we have to do something on top of what we have been doing.
No, all of the approaches are designed to make the current activities more effective. It's more like refining the activities themselves rather than adding on to what we have been doing.
It's kind of interesting to refine an activity that refines our operations.
I'm glad you say so.
But even so, it seems to me that some operations are suited for OE activities and some are not. Like routine work seems to be suited for it, but not for non-routine work like planning.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing too.
When we were talking about the ideal state of OE, I mentioned that what customers are receiving is the value that the Ajinomoto Group as a whole is creating.
Yes, you said that for the customer, the value provided is more important than the organization's situations.
I remember that.
Yes, that's right. So no matter where you are in the value chain, no matter what function or organization, all operations are subject to OE activities. If any part of it is left out, we cannot maximize the value that the entire Ajinomoto Group is creating.
That's true.
Since we are talking about the entire Ajinomoto Group, this means not only those who are involved in practical operations, but also those in management and administration. In other words, all people in operations, regardless of their roles, are involved.
So, any job, any organization, any role.
It's like you're saying, I'm not going to let you get away.
I don't mean that you cannot get away, but in order to enhance the value of the entire Ajinomoto Group, it is important for all people, regardless of organization or role, to work towards a common state of OE.
So, to enhance the value we provide, the entire Ajinomoto Group must work together.
That's right.
That sounds like a big deal, but even so, we are going to work on this in each organization and each workplace, right?
Yes, that's right. Even if we say, let's make this a company-wide effort, the specific efforts will be done by the organization and workplaces.
It may be difficult to think about the overall value of Ajinomoto Group through the context of individual initiatives.
Take this, for example. Here, we see the flow of a product that a customer sends in for repair at a certain company. We can see the timeline of when it's repaired and returned to the customer.
Is this an image of the factory worker upset?
No, if anyone were to be upset, wouldn't it be the customer? In fact, they would be angry.
The factory member probably worked on OE activities and reduced the repair process from 4 days to 3 days.
Ultimately, it means that even if the factory process is shortened, the entire process doesn't change much, right?
I see.
Unlike customers, in an organization or workplace, you can't see everything else.
That's right. So in order to prevent this from happening, when working in each organization and workplace, it is necessary to be aware of overall optimization from the customer's point of view. In other words, it is important to broaden our perspective to include front-end and back-end processes.
It's true that if we look out for each other, Rather than just one organization looking out everywhere, we can increase value as a whole.
Yes. The most important thing when doing OE activities is for everyone in the Ajinomoto group to work on them while considering overall optimization from the customer's point of view.
If we all work on the same idea, it may be less wasteful, easier, and allow us to do what we want to do.
If that's the case, I'm willing to give it a try.
But I'm a little worried about how exactly we should proceed.
Actually, there is a document available that explains each approach in detail.
I didn't know that.
Each organization has a deployment leader in charge of OE activities. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact them.